Hello, this is Jer. I'm playing a game called Timberborn, and this is my first time playing it. It's just going to be the highlights. We'll see how far I get before I crash and burn. So just going pretty much with the default or recommended factions settings. Is that Beaver Trump? So I need a name for this settlement. I'm going to go with Beaverton because why not, right? They're beavers. So you need to mine logs. I've got two stations for that. I guess that makes sense. It's what beavers do. They cut down logs, and I'm assuming we're going to build stuff with those logs that we get. So the first thing that I built was this water pumping station. It looks like beavers need water. They can't just go out and swim, apparently. When they want water, they actually need to have pumped up to land, which does not sound right. So water and food, food being the next thing I'm working on. I've got a station here to collect blueberries. So they're mining logs, getting water, and a little bit of food. Not bad so far. So my beavers look like they're homeless. They sleep out in the woods, which is normally what beavers do, but I think these ones are going to have houses eventually. Well, you can tell these beavers have increased intelligence. They're actually planting crops. So they don't just harvest what's out in the world. You can actually make a farm building and specify what to grow. I'm growing a bunch of carrots because that's what the tutorial told me to do. It's not good enough just to have water. You actually want to store water as well as the logs. So now we have storage station. And I also have a storage place over here, a warehouse that stores food. I'm getting some carrots and blueberries put in there, and I can see my farm and blueberry gathering spots ready to go. So just as I thought, the beavers are going to have houses. This is a street where the entire town lives. I assume this is going to expand as time goes on. So science, there's research in this thing. Clearly I'm going to need this to unlock stuff. I have no idea what the beaver inside is doing spinning around this thing, but there it is. So there's a concept in power, and the whole thing works on water-based power. Kind of makes sense. So I've got this structure here. I don't know really what it's doing, but we'll see what we can do with it. Here is a building that actually produces planks from logs. It requires this power. And I'm assuming planks are things that I can use to build more advanced things than logs themselves. So I'm guessing that's the purpose of it all. So not only can you plant farm crops, you can also plant trees. So here's a bunch of pines. And I've got a forestry station in the center of that. That's going to allow these beavers to go out and grow that. That's going to allow me to get more planks and wood. So disaster has started. I have a drought. I'm not sure if this is cyclical or just happens at random times, but I have no more water, which means I don't have power. My water filling station is not running, so hopefully I have enough water in storage to make it till the end of this. So there's a concept of leisure. I built my first leisure building. It's a fire pit that doesn't actually have a fire. The beavers apparently just stare at a set of logs. Okay, I see. So the fire only goes at nighttime. I'm assuming that doesn't affect the leisure quality, or who knows what if it's just animation or what leisure even does for the beavers, but there it is. So the drought is ending. It looks like I made it with no water left, but the beavers still exist, so maybe I had just enough. There's plenty of food. So I'm starting to think that may be the basis of the game, is just making sure you always have enough food and water to make it through each season. And I'll start anew. So I built another water pumping station to fill water more quickly. I'm building more water storage, so the next time we get a drought, we'll be in a better situation, hopefully. I'm also experimenting with sunflowers. I want to get some other seeds to see what they do. Figure I build another berry or blueberry picking station, and I've added a row of potatoes just to be able to get a bit of diversity. There's also diversity in trees. Different trees grow at different rates, produce different seeds, so I figure I'll start adding to the diversity of that. I just discovered that there's another area in the map that has trees that already exist. So instead of waiting for the trees that I planted to grow, I decided to build a logging station there and create some logs, because my water storage is not being built because I do not have enough logs for it. So hopefully that will take it. It looks like the trees are close to grown, but this should speed up development. So I found a natural occurring set of stairs. Don't know what that's about, but this is my first time getting to the next level up. And I built a logging station to increase the number of logs that I have in my world so I can build more things because it's taking a while. So this is actually kind of neat. You can build on top of buildings. So I actually have a leisure station on top of this, but you need stairs to go up to it. So this is the first time I've actually built stairs to kind of do something. So I have no idea if I'm doing a good design, probably not, but we'll experiment. We're going through another drought. This seems to be cyclical, so planting food and water seems to be the main point of the game, at least so far. I've got lots of water this time, so hopefully I won't be so close to dying off like last time. So I got to the end of the drought, a very good condition with water, but not so much with food, so let's concentrate on food. I built a blueberry picking station way down here. Decided to build a forestry planting area over here and actually start planting my own blueberries than relying on wild blueberries that have already existed. Built more stairs up to take advantage of land that's up here, and I have extra log storage. Okay, so this is where things are falling apart. I got this aquatic farm, and I cannot seem to get the beavers to plant anything, so this building seems to pretty much be useless, at least for me. So the next drought season has occurred, but I realized that not everything in the world is in a drought condition. There's a little bit of this oasis. And I tried to start to build stuff over there, but by the time it got constructed, it seems the drought was over and there's no point of doing what I've done. At least not with the technique that I've used. Maybe there is some things that I'll experiment with in the future, that building. Maybe I won't try to delete it. Maybe I'll just try to pause it and see. Maybe now that it exists, next season or next drought, I'll be able to take advantage of it, but who knows? Okay, things are not looking well for me. I have just a little bit of water at the end of the drought, but food, I've got absolutely nothing. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail on this. I will try until at least see what happens when the beavers starve. I assume they're going to die off, and I'll consider this a big fail, but at least I made it this far. So as I thought, beavers started dying off like this. I'm going to say this is the end of this playthrough. I'm going to go back, fine-tune my techniques, and see if I can do any better.